Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, wait, that's so cool. Oh, that's cool. Okay, because right now I'm remuxing my recordings into MP4 from MKV so I can actually edit them in Premiere Pro and not have to convert them every time, which is super sweet. But hello, guys, I'm back. It's Tyler. It's the same day I've just recorded the last video. Now I finally have videos to stock up. But now is the second part of the last 3 days is a video about me talking about my goal in terms of weightlifting and how I'm trying to get better at that. This video is entirely about me talking about Geometry Dash. And if you guys are OGs with me, either good friends of me watching this video, or if you happen to know a bit more about my past, you'd happen to know that I've grown up playing Geometry Dash pretty much all of my life. And just for some it all started when I was, I'd say around grade five, grade five for sure. I was in grade five, and I remember it was a summer camp that I was brought into as a kid, and someone who I'm not too sure if this is real or if his background is similar to mine, but awfully resembled the ex creator Etzer from the game, was playing Geometry Dash in the corner of one of my archery classes, and I guess it was fate that one class I would eventually walk over to him and see him trying to beat, I think it was just Stereo Madness, and he was having a lot of trouble with it. And at the time the game was pretty small. We've actually done some digging into my account, back then, like back when I was hanging out with the community. Turns out my account is the 2078th ever created account, which is nuts. Which means when Geometry Dash pretty much got posted onto the App Store, I was one of the first people to have ever downloaded it, which makes me a fucking OG, which makes me an absolute OG when it comes to this game. But right then, I think I was immediately hooked. And over a year, I managed to complete all the main levels, or even less than that. Probably like in a few months, I managed to achieve or complete all the main levels. And then from there, I got roped into the creation feature where you can create your own levels. And this was around, for anyone that played, this was around the 1.9 update. Or no, 1.8. This was 1.8 before blast processing came out. I decided to start building my own levels, and at first they were all garbage, but of course over the years I'd eventually get better. But there was one constant thing I could never do, and that's post them. Because as a kid, I had extreme perfectionism issues to the point where anything that goes wrong in my level, either be the wrong trigger or the wrong color, or I can't come up with an idea, or the idea for the level goes stale, I delete it. Because my whole thought process was I'm spending almost a month on one, like the first part, because I constantly keep thinking of new ideas instead of reaching out and going to the next part. I was constantly obsessing on the first one to the point where I wasn't seeking anything outward in the level, and all I was building was the first part. So I just delete, delete, delete. And as I would delete and not play any levels for years, I'd watch people in the community continuously pass me, then unadd me as like just a follower or like as a friend on Discord or any other social media, and I'd see I don't want to give any names, but there was one particular creator that I was literally on call when he was making his first, like his third ever level, and was messaging me for tips because just around that lower, lesser underground community, I was really popular, and or I wouldn't even say popular, but pretty well known. And he, instead of me, actually committed to finishing levels and managed to post them. And now he's on the creator leaderboards and now talking to really popular people in the game. And that's not my end goal with me talking about this. I think most of the people in the game are freaking weird and I don't want anything to do with them. But my whole point was that as a kid, I thought as I would continuously build levels, one day I'd finally upload that one level that gets so much traction and reveres me so much as a god in the game that I will have friends finally. I will have everything I was looking for. And of course, just like everything else at that time, it fell flat. And if you ever look at my Steam page, I'll put it like bluntly. I had 8,000 hours in Geometry Dash. And that totals out to, I think, a year and a half. though I never like played continuously for that much time. The reason why I have 8,000 hours in Geometry Dash, now it's 8,800, and that's because of me previously trying to get back into it, maybe even more time, whatever. The reason why that is because as a kid, I would leave my computer running so that the next day I could hop onto the editor and continue. I was that focused and obsessed with my levels, but I didn't upload a single one. Every single one I uploaded, I delete because I didn't believe that it was worth it. And I kept deleting my own work. And that's what upset me the most. I don't know what it is now, but one day I woke up out of bed and I realized for myself, like, this was like this summer, so I'd say a few months ago, I wake up out of my bed and I realized that because for the past 4 years I've lived with Geometry Dash being my only ever regret and just using it as fuel to never regret anything in my life. I thought to myself, maybe, just maybe, I can get back into the game. I can start beating levels. I can make a name for myself. And I can finally gracefully end the game from where I started. Everyone I played with has now quit. Almost everyone I played with has now quit or either has unadded me on every single social media platform and is now doing their own thing in the game. So that's where my plan is now. And my plan now is this isn't like a proud declaration because I don't want to get my name out there and then have competition because that's going to fucking ruin me. But I want to see how far I can go as a Canadian Geometry Dash player. And I want to see how far I can go in terms of building levels. And when it comes to building levels, I want to just finally put out levels continuously that are complete, that are a minute long, and levels that I can complete in a decent amount of time. Because I'm not here trying to spend a year on building anymore. That's not fun for me. I want to build a level that, I'm proud of, but isn't something that's going to take me forever to build. And my whole point with this is that I kind of want to live my life without any regrets ever. And by that, I mean, I don't want to live my life knowing that I could have done something or achieved it if I only just tried a little bit harder. Because in my humble opinion, I believe everything in my life that I want to achieve, I can make it happen. It just has to be that I do it for long enough. And I have to be consistent. This isn't going to get me far. Like with YouTube right now, I know this isn't the end all be all. But at least it's a start for where I am in my life. And eventually, if I keep posting all the time, eventually I'll get better at this. And one day I'll get traction. And one day I'll make it. My rule is that if I really want to do something and make it happen, give it a decade. Give it a decade. And if you don't achieve what you want in a decade, then it was never worth it in the first place. But if you really want something and you want it badly enough, give it a decade. Like a year really isn't that long if you think about it. Our lives can get up to at least 80 years old. If you want to achieve something big and great, 1/8 of your life better be spent doing it. If you give up after 3, 4, 5 years, you could never say that you tried hard enough. Personally, you could never say it. Even someone like me who has not tapped out of working out, but has definitely taken a hit, like a mental hit, and hasn't gone as much, it's always been in the back of my mind. There hasn't been one day where I woke up and didn't think about my dreams. Not one day. And I can't live with myself without knowing that I can't achieve it. So, just to recap before I end the video, my whole goal right now is to see how far I can get as a Canadian Geometry Dash player and see how far I can get as a Geometry Dash builder in general. I'm not looking to break any leaderboards. I'm just looking to see if I can make my childhood dreams possible and make my childhood self proud. Because right now I've already beat one level, or 2 levels actually, that I never thought I could beat. And those are Big Boom by Penuto and Windy Landscape by Woogie. And Windy Landscape as a kid, I thought it was impossible. I thought I could never do something like that, or that I would never have the focus. And then one day, on a whim, when I open up OBS and try to beat it, I beat it. Then with Big Boom, I spent 4,500 attempts constantly grinding at it, and then I beat it. And now I have two levels that I'm at 70% and 94% on, respectively, as Insane Demons that I'm going for. And I hope to do even bigger jumps. My eventual jump will be to Cataclysm when I do my first entry Extreme Demon. I'll jump to Cataclysm. That's my eventual goal or hopeful goal. But eventually, my end goal, I think, in my whole career in the game, in terms of playing, may be to beat right now Spectre. I want to beat Spectre, and if I can, Silent Clubstep. If I can beat both of those levels, I will gracefully be done Geometry Dash playing for good. And if I can achieve, I want to say 120 creator points, which might be absurd, but if I can achieve something like that, then I will be finally fulfilling my childhood dreams in Geometry Dash. And I can finally, gracefully put that game to rest. I can never have to play that game again. And I can finally just disappear. Finally say I'm done. And I say this all because I'm not looking to get into the community. I think the majority of Geometry Dash players are really weird, and the majority of them are, doing some really law boundarying stuff, talking more in terms of their relationships. But again, of course, it's illegal in some fucking states. It's so retarded. But my whole point is that I find a lot of these people weird. I find it really competitive. It's not something I'm into. So, personally, I'm not trying to get into the community. I'm just looking to make some childhood dreams come true. And I'll be posting all of my completions on my main channel. For right now, after Big Boom, I'm taking a fucking break because I hammered Windy Landscape and Big Boom in the span of 10 days. And that's already enough for me. I'm looking to maybe take it easier. But and I don't want to set a time period, but eventually I want to beat Spectre and get maybe 120 creator points unless I change that goal in the future. Otherwise, keep a lookout. I'll constantly be posting updates on the main channel. I love you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, all that nonsense. If you guys got a goal for yourselves that you want to achieve since you were a kid, tell me about it. I love y'all. The new journey starts here. Peace out.